Ladies and gentlemen, how you all doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. So we're here today with Digimon Adventures Episode 1 Reaction. I grew up with this show. I fully grew up with this show. One of those shows that made me into an anime fan, the anime fan that I am today. But I've actually never really watched it all, and I've never really watched the following seasons. And a little bit of history here, a little bit of history, I guess, since this is the very first episode. So I've never watched the following seasons, and I've been saying for a while that I wanted to watch Digimon from like episode 1 until like the latest season. Recent season, like a remake of like the first season, recently was released. I haven't seen that as well, because this has always been a plan to like start from season 1 and then just kind of move upwards. The season I'm most familiar with is this season. I think I've actually watched all the episodes of this season before, but it's been such a long time that I've pretty much forgotten everything except for four things. Four things. And these four things are, quote unquote, spoiler for the season, I guess. These four things are there being like a clown, there being a gorilla, like a monkey. Then there's like the Agumon line, like Agumon, Greymon. I think the one is called like Garuda Weirmon, something like that. And then there's like Metal Greymon. So that's basically my knowledge. I know like a cast. I know the cast. I don't know the name. Don't know them by names, and I don't know what their corresponding Digimons are. But I do know the cast. I have seen either like a bunch of episodes of the season. Again, I've seen a lot of episodes while I was growing up. But I'm not 100% certain like what I've seen and what I've not seen, because it's been such a long time that I've pretty much forgotten most of the things. And while I do know Agumon and Greymon, I don't know the story that well, and I don't know what happened that well. So we're kind of going into this like semi-blind, like not completely blind, like pretty much after like episode 1. Everything I know will probably have been already revealed, besides like the Digivolves of Agumon. Digivolves? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Digivolves? Is it Digivolves? I am not 100% sure. But yeah, that's about my knowledge with Digimon. I always want to get these off during the very first episode, just tell you what I do know, what I don't know about this series that I'm reacting to. Now, because this is the first episode, there will also be a free link for full length. You'll have to sync it with your own footage. We are watching the Japanese version. Just saying, we're not watching the English dub. We're watching the Japanese sub with English sub. The Japanese dub with English subtitles. That's the correct way. That's the correct way. So if you do want to watch it along on the full length, there is a link in the description down below. The first episode of every season has a free full length link, which you'll be able to click on and watch with your own footage. If you do want to watch full length from here on out, though, you'll have to go to patreon.com/MrXReacts. For the $5 tier, you'll be able to get full length videos, as well as I should probably work up for the $3 tier. You'll be able to get early access, generally like 1 to 4 weeks ahead on Patreon. I keep it roughly around like 3 weeks, give or take. For $5, you'll be able to get full length. You'll have to sync it, of course, with your own footage, but that's for the $5 tier. And then for the $10 tier, you'll be able to get super early access. Which super early access, what it is basically just the second I record something, it goes up. It won't be edited. It's just like the second I record something, it goes up on Patreon. That's a $10 tier. Like, literally, if I'm done recording, 5 minutes later, it's up. I won't even, like, edit in the timer, anything of that sort. You'll just have to sync it with my countdown, essentially, without there being a timer at the bottom right. So that's super early access. Basically, like the uncut, here it goes, I've recorded it, it's out. Like straight up, it's out. And that's with the $10 tier. So, these are the 3 main tiers on Patreon. There's another one, it's like a $1 tier, which is like a Patreon poll thing. Granted, there won't be that many polls in the immediate future, but these are the 3 tiers as of right now. That's all I have to say though about it. And let us hop right into Digimon. I really am looking forward to this. Digimon, as I said, I grew up with it. I had like a bunch of episodes recorded on like tape, VHS tape. But it's been so long. I'm not even that old. But usually, my long term memory is actually really, really good. My short term memory is what really, really sucked. But I don't remember Digimon that well, which is kind of crazy. Like, I remember all the other things that I watched back then, but I don't remember Digimon that well. This, maybe it'll come to me. It might come to me. If it does, I'll obviously say it. As I said, everything that I know, I want you all to know. If you're joining me on this journey, I want you all to know exactly what you're getting into. I'm not trying to hide anything of that sort. Let's hop right in. Let's just hop right in. This is Digimon Adventures, Episode 1. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you guys, lovely folks watching, I've got so many things open. For those lovely guys watching on full length, first of all, welcome. Welcome. Let me just make sure that I'm right at the beginning, which I seem to be. I should have mentioned this. You know what, before I start the highlight version, I'm just going to add this. I'll have edited all the rest of it, but I'll add this. I am obviously very much familiar with the Digimon opening. It's probably my favorite opening of all time. And when I say the Digimon opening, I'm of course talking about the butterfly. I'm not talking about Digimon. I didn't grow up with that version, alright? I didn't grow up in English-speaking countries. I grew up in Germany. And in Germany, we had this version. So, ha! Suck it! The best version of the opening. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's what I'm putting my headphones on. Usually, I always like to play the video and then put my headphones on, but that's not the case here. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Digimon Adventures Episode 1, full length. We're going to get started in 3, 2, 1. I'm turning this up. Honestly, the best opening. I learned a bit of it on the piano and then I gave up. Agumon, Birdmon. I think that one turns into a cactus. Oh, come on, how can I not love this opening? I say that whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, that's the Mons. See, I've listened to this opening so many times, but I never really pay attention to the visuals. Now I'm actually paying attention to the visuals. I'm like, oh yeah, that's, of course, of course. So my love. I'll probably also react to like the movie. I'm assuming I'm going to do that after this season. You know, look at little Mr. K. I think that's his name. Kai. Tai, not Kai. Tai. See, I have like a bit of knowledge here and there, but like Taichi and her. Sora. He used to be like my favorite growing up. Yeah, okay. Definitely don't remember that name. I do remember Mimi. Okay, there's gotta be y'all know, for those guys that watch me a while, you know I'm terrible with names. Adrift the Island of Adventure. So what I'm watching is like a upscaled version of the original, I think, which is pretty sweet actually. Like it looks very, very good. This honestly brings me back. I don't often get that feeling. And there goes the wave. It's kind of weird. Like the upscaling looks very good up close, but like very bad from afar. Yeah. What? Okay. Okay. That's the thingy. Yeah, okay. It is the thing. The thingy thing. The thingy thing. Great description. Great description. Oh, what's this? Oh, what's this OST? Oh. Yo, this is epic! Shoot! I never realized it was so epic! They were sucked in. Or swallowed. Jeez. Yeah. That's a sight to wake up to. That's a sight to wake up to. Yeah, this... I didn't appreciate this as a kid at all, this OST. Koromon. Let's do data special Bubbles. Bubbles. He's probably like, hey, what are you holding? Look at him! Look at... Oh, that's cute. You cannot tell me that looks cute. That doesn't look cute. Mortimon. Baby. Bubbles has... They all have bubbles? Is that what's going on? You're not in your world anymore, mate. File Island. In a computer. Yeah, you're in a computer. Is that what's going on here? I mean, it's called Digimon, Digital World. Digital Monster. Shit, I've never thought about this too hard. Now I'm actually thinking about it. It's like, is that what's going on here? You just said file. That's something you should stay away from. Yeah, you jump, yeah. Kuwagamon. I'm gonna try to keep up with all the Digimon names here, alright? Likely won't happen. Adult. Scissor arms. Virus. Virus. Type virus. Interesting. What's your bubbles gonna do? I mean, you hit it in the eye. What's your bubbles gonna do? Shoot. I can blow bubbles. Already down for the count. I just exactly exactly just go into deeper forest. Shit, we have a Pokemon here. Cypher evolved. Okay. Okay, interesting. Very, very interesting. See, I don't remember any of this when I was growing up. I remember any of this. I don't remember me watching any of this while I was growing up. It feels like I'm watching something that I know about. Okay, Sora. Plantmon. Plantmon. Pyokomon. Like a Venus. All the mascots are here. Bro, I can't keep up with all this, alright? I can't. I'm already struggling name-wise. Of course, he's happy. The only one that's not pink. The only one, well, sort of. Tsunomon. Bubbles. Bubbles. Alright, he's also not pink. Pukamon. Digital monsters. Digimon for short. Tanemon, Pukamon, Tokamon, Pyokomon, Motimon. Digimon. Agumon, Puremon, Tentomon, Gomam. Alright, y'all gotta give me some time, alright? Again, terrible of names. Koromon, Tsunomon, Pyokomon, Motimon, Pukamon, Tokamon. Yeah. Yamato. Oh my. Joe. Koshiro. That's the... From what I remember, he's like the brother. Something like that. What's she up to? Probably thinks it's a bug or something. Oh, I remember this. Just piss off Kuwagamon. Kuwagamon. Friggin' Stag Beetle. Tanemon. I'd say fight, but I mean, y'all are babies, and that's a virus. Babies shouldn't be fighting viruses. Well. Hey, you know what? If I was in that world right now, I'd be so overconfident. I'd be like, yo, I'm taking everything on. But as a kid, you're like, ah, nah. Yeah, I'm like Taichi. And Yamato. Yes, you do. You have the bubbles. Oh, you can run. Oh, you can run. So much for your bravery. So much for your guts. Well. Well. And guess who's here? Oh, this OST is goated. Bubble. That. Oh, it got messed up, bro. Hit with that like that. Yeah, all of you bubbles. Bubble it. The babies have done it. The babies came up with like a 1-2 punch, and they did it. Ah, damn it. They're already tugging on the heartstrings. Already. You hated him a second ago, bruv. That thing just won't give up. It just won't give up. Well, he has the best voice, I have to say. From the Digimons, he has the best voice. Those teeth are freaky, bruv. Yeah, that's all. Just. If there is ever a time to Digimolf, I think it's now. Look at those teeth! Oh, he's got teeth for days! Haha, it's so cute! So cute! If there is ever a time for it, it is now, ladies and gentlemen. Ding 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 ding. You can damn well believe that I haven't forgotten this tune. Agumon. Picomon. Pyomon. Best voice. Tentomon. Of course, how could I forget Gabumon? And Patamon. Yeah, my son, you're getting... Alright, maybe not. I was about to say you're getting wrecked, but maybe not. Maybe I was too soon. Shoot, not the Batman kind. Oh, that hits like a volley. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't say anything. Baby Flame. And Petite Fire. Fire, fire, fire. Yeah. If there's one thing I've learned, fire is very effective versus grass. Oh, yeah. Done. Done. Burn. You're a virus. Get deleted. Delete it. Delete it. Straight up delete it. That's what he's been doing. Straight up delete it. Straight up delete it. Man, I'm going to be enjoying this, I have to say. Like, of course, the very first episodes will be me just being... I'll get into that later. Well. Oh. Oh. That's cheating. Bro, that's just cheating. That right there is just cheating. Longest and shortest summer vacation they've ever had. Alright. Alright, and there's an end. Oh, man. Definitely never heard an ending when I was growing up. Oh no, I've heard the song, but not as an ending. I've heard it somewhere, I don't know where. Ah, this system. Just some good old music. Woo! Alright, I think we're going to pause it right here just so I don't see the preview for the next episode. Right here. We're going to pause it right here just so I don't see the preview for the next episode. Now, as I said, as I've said, let me turn the fan on. Actually, no, let me not. As I said, a few things will always pop up. A few things that I didn't even think that I remember popped up. Such as some of the OST, of course, I remembered. And I remember some like bits and bops right now. So a few things that popped up. I remember there being like a scene where Greymon fights like a skull or something. I don't know why that popped up, but I saw like a mountain in this episode, and I was like, Greymon and a skull for some reason. So that popped up. I can't actually remember watching this first episode. So I didn't know the story. I just knew it had Digimon. Thing is, right, I had a lot of Digimon games as well growing up. I think there was one for the PS1 or PS2. I think it was PS1 that I played. Really enjoyed that as well. I didn't own it. A friend of mine owned it, but like every time I went to his, we used to play that Digimon game. I grew up, as I said, with Digimon. I've probably seen a bunch of episodes. Like, I don't know how many episodes this season has. I could very quickly check. It has 54 episodes, alright? And I would assume that, like, out of these 54 episodes, I've probably seen maybe half of them already. Because, I used to grow up with this show. But I just don't remember anything of this show. Well, I can't say anything. I don't remember much of this show. So, I don't remember this first episode. I remember how they even got into this Digiworld. Like, they were just literally just absorbed. I wonder if there is more to it. Like I said, what I remember though is that there was a clown. And I also remember there being a monkey. Now, again, I also remember there being a skull. Like Raymond fighting against like a skull, like a skeleton or a skull. I'm not really sure which one it is, whether it was just a skull, whether it's a whole skeleton. But I do remember a fight like that going on. So there are little bits and bobs I remember. But I don't know how they all, how they all like, how they all flow together. You know, it's obviously right now it's survival. Right now it's survival. They just got dropped into this world. They're like, what is going on? Complete like me. I'm like, what is going on? Could somebody please inform me? Like, they were literally just sucked into this world. So I wonder if there's going to be a deeper story. Like if there is an actual reason why they were sucked in. If there is an actual story element of it, or if it's just like, eh. And then like last episode we'll be like, was this all a dream? But like they'll just, all of them will just wake up with like the same dream of the Digiworld. But they won't. They're like, was it a dream or was it reality? We can't tell. I wonder if that's going to be like the ending of this season. But considering that there are more shows moving forward, I think there is a much deeper plot. I think there is a much deeper story. And I wonder if that is something that's been explored during season 1. Again, granted, it's been a long time for me. Maybe something will like pop into my head, you know, further down the line. I don't know. All right, I don't know. I'll be honest. If I like I said, if something pops into my head, as I just said with like the skeleton skull thing, I will say it. But as of right now, there's nothing else that popped into my head, and as of right now, I actually don't. I don't think I've ever knew. But if there is one, I don't know what it is in terms of the story. If there is a story, I don't know what it is. If there is no story, well, I don't know. I don't know what it is. So, first episode, the impressions. I mean, sort of impression. Yeah, impressions usually imply that you've never seen anything before. And while I've never seen, or I don't think I've ever seen this first episode before, I've seen, you know, bits and bobs of the show. But impressions of this episode, right? My thoughts on this episode. I like it, and I'm not just saying that because it's my childhood and it's nostalgia. No, I'm saying that because I genuinely like it. I'm good, right? Not that good, but I'm good at separating nostalgia from my current takes. The music was great. Animation actually wasn't that bad. In general, it wasn't that bad. You could say maybe the art style was bad, but like the version I'm watching, which is like the upscaled version or something of that sort, it's by Trunks 9 US. It's like a Blu-ray disc rip. The only thing that it looks good like 99% of the time, but the only thing that like kind of looked off was like the faraway shots. It looked like that was like a 1990s version, and like some of the closer shots were like a remake version. So I wonder, you know, if that's going to be a permanent thing throughout. If it is, it doesn't bother me too much. But it was just a little bit jarring in this episode specifically because I wasn't used to it. You know, it being like, oh, this looks like it came out like 10 years ago, and then suddenly it looks like it came out like 30 years ago. It's like, just me thinks. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this episode. We were just kind of thrown in there, which, you know, makes sense. You're always just kind of thrown in there. Yeah, it makes the first episode always so fun when you kind of have to untangle things. But yeah, we're just kind of thrown in there. Like literally just like they were on like a school trip and whatnot, and suddenly they had camping, school summer holidays, whatnot, and they're like, "Oops, we're now in this world." Okay. Names will take me a while. Shoot, Tai. I do remember Tai. Agumon, of course, remember Agumon. It's basically like the mascot of this show, I guess. Yamato. I'll have to remember his name. I definitely don't remember his name while I was growing up. Like he definitely had a different name in the version I was watching while I was growing up. I do remember his Digimon though. I forgot already what it's called. Yeah. I forgot what they called it. Despite the fact there were just so many names in this episode. All right. Let me see. Try and find it. Gabumon. How can I forget Gabumon, alright? Out of characters, he used to be my favorite. Not Tai, Yamato. He used to be my favorite when I was growing up. I don't know why. Probably like the more... Tai just to me just seemed like the generic... I'm not coming at you, Tai fans, alright? Hey, calm down, everyone. But to me, he just seemed like kind of like the generic, like... Oh... I'm the good boy. I'm the good guy. I'm clearly the main character. Like that's kind of what he seemed like. He seemed like the... To do a comparison with a different show that will be coming out on this channel pretty much at the same time as Digimon, he seemed like the Ash Ketchum. He seems like the Ash Ketchum. Alright? Like the kind of like good boy. That is the straight-laced good boy. Like the one you like... You want your kids to be like that. That kind of character, right? Whereas like Yamato is like the cool guy. Like, yo, bro... But like the one that isn't over the top cool. Like he's not like, oh, I'm so cool. None of that nonsense, right? He's like the, alright man, chill, like chill, Tai, chill. You're too aggressive. Like the opposite of Tai, basically. Like Tai is like this hot-headed, like, oh yeah, let's do this, lads. Let's just go for it. And you just have Yamato's like, let's just calm down, son, calm down. And I just always gravitated more towards that character growing up, to be completely honest. But I wonder if that's going to change with this, with me watching this now while I'm older. Whether that's going to change, whether I'm going to be like, I don't know about that one. I don't know. Maybe like I'll gravitate more towards Tai. Because I wouldn't say I'm more hot-headed. I would say that I was a lot more hot-headed when I was younger. I think. So it's weird that I didn't gravitate toward like the hot-headed characters when I was younger, and that applies to like most of the shows that it doesn't apply. Actually, no, it doesn't apply to every show, because then you have like Rock Lee, who I very much gravitated towards, and he was very hot-headed. But like for some reason, I never really gravitated towards Tai that much. Not really sure why, and I never really gravitated towards Goku that much. Always Vegeta, like always that kind of like. I don't want to say cooler character, but like less hot-headed character, like almost like the yin to a yang kind of thing, like the opposite of the main, not the rival of the main character. And I don't know whether Yamato was that, or whether that was just the impression that I got as a kid. You watch a show completely different when you're a kid, and when you're 6 years old, you watch a show and you're like, oh, that's cool. When you're older, you're like, wait, that's actually deep. So you watch a show with completely different colored glasses when you're growing up. So again, I wonder if that's going to change my perspective on characters. Whether, for example, Mimi might become my favorite character, or Sora. I never know. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing this journey. I'm very much looking forward to seeing this journey and where we're gonna head off to. Now, the reason why I wasn't gonna react to Digimon Adventures Season 1. I was not going to react to it because I'm generally of the thing where it's like, if I've seen one episode of something already, again, I've seen plenty of episodes of this show growing up, but if I've seen one episode of something already, I generally don't tend to react to the series because I can't do a blind watch through, a blind reaction to the entire series. That's generally my viewpoint of things. But we had like a little bit off topic there. But a few months ago, right, we had like a random picture. I don't know what it was, but it was like a not safe for work picture that was posted in Discord, right? And it was like from different anime characters. It was just a not safe picture with like from different anime characters, and I was like, all right, let me try and identify every single one of them. So we had like a little thing going on in Discord where it's like, who's that, who's that, who's that, and I was like, okay, I think I know that person, I think I know that person, I think I know that person, I think I know that person. And it's like one person that I didn't know, right? And somebody who's my Discord mod, who will probably be modding the chat for Digimon as well, because he's pretty much, I wouldn't say the biggest Digimon fan that I know. He's like a Digimon and Pokemon fan. He grew up as well with the things that I grew up with, so it kind of helps. But like, he was basically saying that if you don't remember this person from Digimon, then you don't remember Digimon. And I was like, all right. Hey, if you're saying that, all right, fair enough. So I'm going to be reacting to Digimon Adventures 1, because that's where the character was from. Right? Again, I don't know who that character was. I forgot already. Yeah. But yeah, that's basically why I decided to actually react to Digimon Adventures, which is why we're here today with episode 1. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on this episode. My thoughts on Digimon Adventures as a whole, quote unquote, as a whole. And the series as a whole. Now I know for a fact that like the later seasons, what I know about them is like the openings. But by that time I stopped watching Digimon. Like it was still running on TV, you know, when I was growing up, but I just kind of stopped watching Digimon because that was when I would have been like 9, 10ish, and that's when a lot of other things came into my life that were taking priority. Taking priority. I watched a lot more TV back then. When I watched a lot of anime while I was growing up, like, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon, Digimon, so on and so forth while I was growing up. And then I stopped watching anime and started watching a lot more cartoons and Nickelodeon. Things like Drake and Josh, things like Zoe 101, iCarly, you know, things like that. Basically, I watched a lot growing up. There's a bunch of other things that I'm probably forgetting, but that's essentially what I then watched growing up. And SpongeBob. I watched SpongeBob like a madman. Like I would watch SpongeBob so much, I would know every single line they would. That's actually how I learned English. When I moved to England, when I was 11 years old, that's how I learned English, because I knew every single line of SpongeBob in German off by heart. When I moved to England, I was like, okay, let me watch SpongeBob in English, and because I know exactly the German words, that's how I picked up English words. That's how I started learning how to speak English. I kind of just like, okay, what is SpongeBob saying right now? Okay, I know exactly what he's saying in German. Let's listen to what he's saying in English. Oh, he's saying that. Okay, he's saying that. Okay, he's saying that. Okay, perfect. Got it. Solved. So I cracked the English code. I don't have my Rubik's Cube on me right now, but I cracked the English code just like that. Within 2 months, I could speak fluent English. My teacher was like, huh? You said you never spoke English before, but how are you able to speak? Yeah, she was like, you know, first week I arrived at school, she was like, oh, this brat, he can't speak a word of English. Then like a month or two later, I was like speaking fluently. I was like, hello, my name is Prince. I'm your Royal Highness, your liege, your monarch. And she was like, whoa, what's going on here? My goodness, this little brat, he just learned English in a month and a half or 2 months. How did that happen? Please tell me. And I was just like, SpongeBob. SpongeBob. You know, it sounds ridiculous, but it's the truth. It sounds absolutely ridiculous, but it's the truth. Which is why I always say, like, if you want to learn a language, learn something off by heart in your own language, and then watch the corresponding, you know, thing in a different language, and that's how you're gonna learn a language very, very quickly. Obviously, you won't learn every word, which is why a series, you know, is much better. In this case, obviously, SpongeBob, and pay attention to the words, and that's how you learn it. That's how I learned it. It worked for me. I can't obviously say it works for everyone, but hey, yeah. That's kind of my take on this episode. I know I kind of deviated, alright? I know I kind of deviated a little bit. But hey, it's the first episode. You kind of like to deviate on the first episode, just because that way people know everything that I know about this show, everything, my history with this show. I'm very much looking forward to like season 2, season 3, how many seasons are there? There's like Digimon Frontier, Tamus, Is there anything else beyond that? Is that only 3 seasons and then like the new reboot? I'm not sure. I am not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I can't say what it is. I'll have to look it up. And right now, I only have Digimon Adventures on my PC, so we're gonna be leaving. We're gonna be leaving it like that, ladies and gentlemen. Regardless, though, as I said at the beginning, if you want to get early access, you can do so on patreon.com/MrXReact for $3 a month. You'll be able to get anywhere between like a week to 4 weeks. It's generally going to be like maybe 2 to 3 weeks early access. It really won't be 4 weeks, I'll be honest. But like generally it's going to be like 2 to 3 weeks early access, depending on how busy my schedule is. My schedule is never busy. Straight up, my schedule is never busy. My schedule is just always complicated. It's just never busy. I don't live alone, so I can only record when the other person is at work. I'm planning on changing that, but as of right now, that's still the case. So that's the first thing. You can get early access on patreon.com/MrXReact for $3 a month. You can get full length for $5 a month, which will include early access as well. So obviously full length, you'll be able to get videos earlier than usual. You'll be able to get videos as early as the early access will get them. And then there is the super early access tier. I don't know what I'm going to name that just yet. Let's call it the Foundation. The partner. Ooh. I sound like a Kickstarter. The partner foundation tier, which is $10 a month, where you'll basically get everything the second I record it. You'll get the early access, you'll get the full length, but the main thing for that tier is that you'll be able to get things the second I record them without me editing them at all. So yeah, I won't even put the full length timer in. I'll just record it, upload it, you'll get it. Just straight up record it, upload it, you'll get it. And then maybe like a few days later, like 3-4 days later, is when the full length and the early access will come out. Basically, probably a bit longer than 3-4 days. It'll probably be like a good week or two ahead than early access. But I haven't decided that yet. This video is being recorded in July. It will come out on YouTube September. Like first week of September. So I've got like a month and a half ahead. That's the plan right now. That I have like a month and a half recorded ahead. Alright? So check the Patreon tier if you're really interested in the $10 tier. I'll probably have a lot more information there, and obviously you can scroll through my Patreon feed to see how many episodes I am ahead. That's what we'll be leaving off with though, ladies and gentlemen. I'll probably be doing 2 episodes a week of Digimon on this channel. I don't know what day yet. Again, they're recorded significantly ahead. I'm thinking of Wednesday, maybe Wednesday, Tuesday. Again, I'm not 100% sure, but you'll see. When this comes out, you'll know. I'll have also a schedule in the description down below of how things will work. I'm planning on having like having like 6 days of the week filled with my schedule, and having Sunday being taken off. That's just kind of like my free day. My free day, not my Friday, my free day. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. X React. That was me, Prince, your host. I'll be seeing you all in the next one, everyone. Until then, have a nice day. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And until next time, everyone, peace out and have a nice day.